I think, well, I guess it's been 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks, since Trump signed in that big, beautiful bill into law on the 4th of July or whatever it was. I view that legislation as really entering like phase two of Trump's second term. In the following ways, it's like, obviously, a lot of people were talking about the Medicaid cuts in that bill, the SNAP benefit cuts. I mean, that bill is going to financially and health wise destroy the bottom 50% of this people, of this country, the bottom 50% of this country. And that's horrific. But one thing that I think is going to really, 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 really become a lasting legacy of that bill is the dramatic increase in funding for ICE, a now secret, masked, internal police force under the control of Donald Trump. I mean, their funding went up exponentially. Their hiring is about to go up exponentially. And at the time that happened, there was a great piece. There was a great piece on Substack by Garrett Graff, who was like, "Yeah, we've seen this before." Because when Customs and Border Patrol was first formed, like after 9/11, they went through this kind of dramatic spike in hiring in 2003, and they lowered their hiring standards so much that one of the guys that they hired was an actual serial killer. But that was meant to keep people out. ICE, because Trump wasn't able to corrupt the FBI in the way that he wanted to, because it has history, it has institutional memory. ICE doesn't have that. ICE has been around for like 20 years. And so there's no educational requirement in hiring. You don't have to have any experience at anything to get hired. They're starting off with hiring standards that are in the gutter. And they're going to hire the worst of the worst, Al Qaeda, amosexual, Gravy SEAL, Meal Team 6, couldn't get hired as a cop, can't even get hired as a security guard kind of people. They're going to have very little training, and they're going to be given very large firearms and masks and turned loose on the American people. And I am gravely, gravely, gravely concerned about that. And so I really feel like we're entering this kind of phase two of things. And I think phase two is going to be dramatically worse than phase one. Because realistically, I mean, Trump doesn't give a shit about the House and the Senate anymore. They did what he wanted them to do. They passed his big, beautiful bill. They passed his rescission package. He doesn't need Congress to do anything for the next 16 months until the midterms. But he knows at a minimum that he gets to operate now in a consequence-free environment until the midterms. That's the first opportunity that the American public are going to be able to vote and use their votes to express their displeasure with him. Almost a year and a half. And I mean, people say it takes me a long time to get to the point. We're 4 minutes and 24 seconds into this video. Here's my point. I have been finding it nearly impossible to feel any amount of hope for this country and our population for the next 3.5 years. I can't find it. I can't find it. I don't have any hope right now for this country. Midterms aren't going to fix anything. Because like I said in another video that I made this morning, it's like our choices in the midterms are to vote for the overtly fascist party or the party that takes tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars from APAC and continues to vote to send more weapons to Israel. Those are our two choices. I can find hope in little things in my daily existence, and I regularly do. But as far as hope for this country, I can't find it.